Alright, a little bit late, but it's time to review Raw Christmas. It was a Raw Christmas. And it really was a Raw Christmas. It felt uncooked, undone, incomplete. It felt pretty fucking shitty to say the fucking least. I thought it was pretty fucking bad. So they start off with Triple H coming out with a little Santa hat on, and this just makes me feel sick to my stomach. And let me explain why this is. Triple H has a reputation. Him coming out, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, being nice to the fans. This is the guy in the storylines, and probably in real life too, screwed Daniel Bryan so many times, and now he's a face. And then Orton comes out and presents himself as a gift, which is a heelish move, I guess. But they could have did something better, with the Christmas theme. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But it just felt pretty dumb, pretty fucking lame to open up the show this way. And the thing is, if they're so, with Orton, and they think Orton should be the champion and all that, why are they, what is this, standing with Cena one week, now they're with Orton, and they're playing to the fans? Or what the fuck are they supposed to be? They're tweeners, I guess, but just make them heels. That's usually the best storyline, when it's the authority figures or the heels. With McMahon, it was better when he was a heel, so it works better. So stop with all this nonsense that they keep doing, where you're a face one week, you heel the next. Just decide on one thing, please. For the love of fucking God, I am begging them to come up with a consistent idea. Please, just make them a face or a heel. It's not that hard. Make a decision. This is sort of like, for example, like Predator. Imagine if the Predator, in the beginning of the movie was, was doing what he usually does. He was knocking off every single member of the Marines, of the team. And then at the end, he's like giving Arnold Schwarzenegger a hug. I mean, come on. I mean, what the fuck? What is this? I mean, okay, Alien, Sigourney Weaver, and the alien is chasing Sigourney Weaver, hunting everybody down on the ship, and then at the end, they're cuddling. I mean, come on, this is what it is. It doesn't make sense. Bad guys should be bad guys. Stop it. You could have it a little bit like Attitude Era-ish, where it's a little bit, not as defined, but this is pretty clearly defined. You play to the audience. That means that you're a face. If you do things that the audience doesn't want and you insult them, then you're a heel. And if you side with the heels, you are a heel. They don't know. WWE doesn't know. Triple H is pretty much WWE. They don't know what they want to be. And this is very stupid. It makes it feel very cheap and just random and all over the place. Alright, in the first match, it was the Total Divas defeating the regular, normal WWE Divas. How many fucking times do we have to see this fucking match? Is it necessary to keep doing this? Yes, I am aware there is a show on E with these 6 girls. Is that it? 6? I think. This was a 12-man, 10-man? Who gives a shit? Do I even care how many people, how many divas were in this match? And the thing is about this match, this shitty spot where they're all arm in arm doing some type of fucking whatever the hell that was supposed to be. They chain linked themselves and started spinning around with clotheslines. Looked pretty fucking goofy and pretty fucking dumb. And so the Total Divas won this match. Natalya taps out Oksana with the sharpshooter, and this was it was a stupid fucking match. It just very lame, very dumb, making the girls' intelligence level look like it's as low to the ground as my fucking foot. That's pretty fucking low. All right, and then it's Sin Cara defeating Curtis Axel. An okay match. Unico's okay as Curtis Axel. I kind of liked him when he was even Unico. Um, I think the other guy's still injured. Is that the reason why? I don't even fucking know. I guess it was an alright match. Curtis Axel. Holy shit. How much longer can they keep this guy going? And he jobs out here. I thought he was in a tag team with Ryback, and now he's in a singles match, random ass singles match. Why? You know, if he's in a tag team, then they should break up if they want to put him in singles matches. It's not like he's facing another member of a tag team. Sin Cara is a singles wrestler. So why the fuck or is he wrestling Sin Cara? Like, it doesn't make sense. Whoever books this shit is random as fuck. I mean, you've got one person wrestling in a tag team match one week, and you're, saying this whole thing how he's in a tag team with Ryback, and then you just throw him in a random singles match. It's like, I was watching this, and now I'm watching that. And I'm like, huh? Very, very, very random and stupid to do it this way. It's confusing people. New viewers who are just coming in watching this shit, they're going to come and they're going to say, what the fuck is up here? Why the hell is this guy wrestling in a singles match when I saw him? We're like, where's the other guy? Where's Ryback? People are not going to understand that. I understand because it's WWE and they fucking suck. So, but anyway, I'm spending too much time on this match. It was just a fucking singles match that was okay, but I'm going to forget about it. If I didn't do this review, I'd forget about it already. If I didn't write this shit down. Remember, I'm writing this down, so it's still fresh in my head. Then they finally aired a promo that Batista's coming back. I already talked to you guys about this. Not going to spend much time on this. Watch my video about Batista returning. I'm happy about this. Sure, it makes it feel like it's, 2006 again or whatever, but, it's good. It's star power. Batista was decent when he left. I liked him, I suppose. So, could be interesting. And, Brock Lesnar and Batista is being talked about in the YWC. Yes, I would like to see this match. It could be pretty fucking entertaining. There's a lot of different possibilities, a lot of different matches that we didn't get to see with Batista that now we could see with some of the current stars. So I welcome a Batista return. The Wyatts defeated Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes, and Goldust. This match was pretty fucking epic, I gotta say. Very well done with a show that seemed pretty unimpressive so far, and wasn't that impressive. I'll just give you some spoilers here. This was pretty fucking good match. Very good moves and sequences in the Wyatts. Now the Wyatts are starting to catch my attention. I bashed the Wyatts in the past, but let me tell you something. Ever since DLC, the Wyatts have captured my attention. This is a very good three-man trio right here. I like what they're doing in the matches with Daniel Bryan. There's chemistry there. It's very good. Combine it with Daniel Bryan's excellent wrestling and, in the dramatics of the Wyatts. And, it's a very, very good mix. So, I guess for the moment, I'm all right with Daniel Bryan not being in the title picture. Sort of. Like, 50% alright with it. Because, he definitely should be in that fucking title picture. He should, be wrestling for the fucking belt. Well, I don't want to see him wrestle Orton again, but, the Wyatts and Daniel Bryan are doing some good shit. And holy fuck, isn't Goldust wrestling amazing? The announcers are right. Goldust was good, but he never was this good, or they didn't allow him to do those moves that he's doing. Hurricanranas, Canadian Destroyers. Whoa, this motherfucker is like the best wrestler on the roster behind Daniel Bryan. If anything, he's wrestling better than CM Punk. I'm going to say it right now. I think that Goldust is the second best wrestler after Daniel Bryan right now at this current point in time. Goldust is wrestling better matches than Punk. Just look at it. There's more athletic moves. Um, Goldust is just doing better. At times he seems like he's moving faster than Punk in that ring. He's in shape. He's doing well, and it's a shame that with this level of talent, you really can't go far with the Goldust gimmick. There's just something with, if this man was world champion, it wouldn't look right. Like Intercontinental title back in the day, the same thing looked like that. And when they make him Dustin Rhodes, he's just boring. So they've tried everything possible with Goldust. So, and I don't think he'll ever be a world champion. Highly doubt it. But this wrestling that he's been doing has been pretty fucking good. It's been very epic. And this was another solid outing from him. Like, he definitely, was worked just as hard as Daniel Bryan in this match. Then it's a sing-off. Oh, of course. Of course. We have to fuck everything up. You just had a great, epic, dramatic match there with, great shit. And they just fuck it all up. Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods, my best friend, my buddy, my compadre there, yeah. The guy that they've said all the nice things about. So, he's singing songs with R-Truth, very annoying, and, it's Xavier Woods, and, he's singing like he thinks he's good, if that makes any sense. He thinks that, like an American Idol type of thing, like he's fucking tone deaf. He thinks that he's doing a good job singing, but he's actually doing pretty fucking shitty of a job. And R-Truth is like, chiming in, and it's getting very, very aggravating. Then it's 3MB, but for some reason Heath Slater is not there. And isn't Heath Slater supposed to be the lead singer of this fake band? So why is he not singing? And he's the funniest, so they sing horrible, on purpose, and it's just dumb. And then Santino and Kylie sing, and Kylie is just mumbling and shit, and this is just dumb, very fucking dumb. And Santino and Kylie end up winning, which prompts an attack from 3MB or 2MB, because it's only 2 fucking members. So then they go and they start attacking them. Then R-Truth and Xavier was jumping. And, this whole fucking thing was fucking retarded. And why do we have to have sing-offs? This is very, very childish. This comedy is just so lower level, so kindergartenish. Even kids would even say it's cheesy and corny. Even back when I was a kid, kids used to say that things were cheesy and corny. These little Christmassy things, like this, whatever this was supposed to be, a caroling contest or whatever the fuck the official name was of this sing-off. Just because it's Christmassy, or something traditional, doesn't mean you're supposed to do it. And you know why? It's a fucking wrestling promotion. You don't have to have sing-offs. Yes, I know it's an entertainment promotion too, but you don't have to do every single thing under the sun. It makes it cornballish. It makes it dumb and goofy. Having them caroling in the ring. And none of them are good singers, so what the fuck is the point? And even if they were good singers, who would want to hear that on a wrestling show? So that's pretty shitty, to say the least. Then you got Fandango defeating Ziggler in a present on a pole match. The present was the #1 contendership to the Intercontinental title. To me, that doesn't sound like a present. That sounds like the equivalent to a lump of coal in your stocking. I mean, who gives a shit about the Intercontinental title? If I opened up my present yesterday on Christmas, and it was the Intercontinental title, and it was the real title, I'd take that shit, plop it in the toilet, and take a fucking shit on it. I mean, that's what I think about that fucking belt. It's a piece of shit. So it deserves another piece of shit, a real piece of shit, on top of that piece of shit. So, regardless to say, this match is pretty worthless because they're fighting for a worthless title here, the right to fight for a worthless title. Some good bumps from Ziggler, especially the one at the end. Usually these things on a pole match usually suck, but this one was actually decent. It was short. You know, they were struggling for it, so there was good dramatics in the amount of time. So, I'll give this one a pass, especially for the bump at the end. This is the hilarious thing. So Ziggler's taking bumps in this match, and this is like a match where there was no need to take such a big bump because it was such an inconsequential match. And Ziggler, when I think about it, it's so depressing when I think about Dolph Ziggler. I mean, at the beginning of the year, the man was fucking world champion. Now he's wrestling things on a pole match. I know that The Rock and Mankind wrestled, pink slip on a pole match. But that's besides the point. This is just, the premise here. It's very fucking sad. He's still putting his body on the line, delivering the biggest bumps. They're still making him, fall on his fucking head and shit. And it's just an insult. I thought they were concerned about these guys and their, concussions. Isn't this why we don't get chair shots to the head? And here he is, head first on the steel steps, and they're not even giving him anything. He didn't even win the match, and he gets the fucking almost like half of his head fucking banged off on those fucking steps. Good spot, but sad at the same time. Looking like a loser, like really looking like a loser. Like bumping like a madman, but looking like a loser. And Fandango, like seriously. Does it even look like Fandango would have a chance against Big E Langston? Big E Langston's getting pushed. And anybody who knows anything about wrestling, why would we even give this to Fandango? Why? Because everybody knows that Big E will probably beat him in like a minute next week. Or whenever the fuck he's going to wrestle him. I mean, this is stupid. It's a waste of time. So we're having this whole number one contenders match just so Big E could just squash him next week. Pretty fucking pointless. Pretty fucking pointless. Then it's the Usos defeating the Primetime Players. The only thing good about this match was that they were giving Darren Young a hard time about, because he actually, you could tell, he said it on purpose. He said that they were in Houston instead of Austin. I just look at this match and I see a lot of charisma still from Titus O'Neil. I haven't mentioned this a while in my videos, but, Titus O'Neil just has a look to him. The voice and everything, he could be something as a singles wrestler. But he's got to get rid of this Darren Young. And the fact that they're making him look like a retard just makes me dislike him even more. That's part of his character. That he's not good at talking, and they're actually like making that, that's in real life that he's not good at promos, and they're bringing that out, into the wrestling storylines that he's not good at talking, and it's pretty embarrassing. Kind of feel sorry for the guy, but definitely deserves to get released and let Titus O'Neil do something like, okay, so like I said before, so for the Intercontinental title, why have Fandango? Maybe a heel Titus O'Neil with the gimmick I talked about in the past, where he's got bling bling on, wearing fancy clothes and stuff, sort of looking like a rapper, or some artist in hip hop, like how they would dress nowadays. If you had him do that gimmick, because that, like, is his personality, it's like snappy dresser and all that. They've talked about this before. If he were to fight Big E Langston, that, could be like two strong guys going at it. That would be like if they built him up properly. You would think that, you know, he could beat Big E for the belt. You know, these are just some random ideas I'm pulling out of my fucking ass, and they're 10 times better than WWE. I just thought about that right now on the spot making this video. And look at that, you know, that's 10 times better than Fandango versus Big E, you know. As for the wrestling in this match, pretty fucking shitty. Then we get Mark Henry defeating Damien Sandow in the Good Santa versus Bad Santa match. How shitty and fucking retarded can you possibly get? So these two guys are lumbering around in these Santa outfits, and you know, it's not like Sandow could move around like he usually does, because he's got to be wearing these big clomping boots and this whole fucking outfit. Can't even fucking move. And, you know, here's the thing. Isn't Damien Sandow supposed to be a genius? And he can't figure out that you're supposed to pull a fucking pin before you use a fire extinguisher? I mean, I know he's the bad Santa character. But, like, here's the thing. Are we supposed to really believe this is Good Santa versus Bad Santa? Like, the announcers are talking about, like, this is important. That if Sandow wins, he's going to cancel Christmas. And we all know, everybody knows, and as wrestling fans, we have to put up with it pretty much on a daily basis, especially here in the YWC. But, you know, the notion, the fact that wrestling is fake. Oh no! It's fake? Yeah, it's fake. It's crazy. It's predetermined. All the matches, all the winners are predetermined beforehand. You know, and sometimes, like, when they got a guy in a move, you know, they're not really applying all the pressure and shit. And the punches aren't always hitting the guy in the head. They're tapping him sometimes. Yeah, so wrestling's fake. Okay, yeah, I get that. But here's the thing. Santa Claus is wrestling each other? How much faker could it get? How dumb could it get? And how does this make wrestling fans look? Everybody sitting in the arena. Makes them look like a bunch of fucking retards is what it makes them look like. And, you know, the fact that they're playing into this, like, for the children, because this is obviously what it is, because no fucking adult in their right mind would like this shit, you know? Unless you were a dumbass or just some fucking weirdo. So they're wrestling each other, and, you know, they're playing into this like this is some type of big event. And, you know, Sandow's acting like a dumbass, and he's supposed to put his genius character on the side just so he could wrestle like a dumbass. And Mark Henry's shoving his head in the toilet, and his head's not even wet. Why is Sandow, you know, scared to get put in the toilet? If there's no water in there, there's no dirty water in there, nothing comes out. His hair and face is all dry. Could it get any dumber and any faker? You know, seriously, like, for me to enjoy this match, I'd have to have a fucking lobotomy. I mean it. I mean, there was nothing enjoyable. There's nothing, you know, you could be like, oh, it's Christmas. The show has a more lighthearted feel. You want a more lighthearted feel? Well, there you go, motherfucker. How's that for lighthearted? Fuck you if you think this was good. And there are some people saying, no, take it easy. It's a Christmas special. You know what? I remember plenty of Christmas specials on TV that didn't suck, and this one sucks. This one's pretty fucking shitty. It doesn't make me feel all happy that it's Christmas. It makes me fucking depressed. That's what they're doing. They're putting out a show that's making people depressed around the holidays. Is that fucking nice? You know, making people depressed for a fucking wrestling show. You wouldn't think it's possible, but hey, it is. You know, this is fucking depressing. Two grown men wrestling in Santa outfits pretending that they're, you know, in some weird storyline that has nothing to do with WWE. It's just, you know, like we have to enter into retard land for a minute. You know, it's like, and I know I didn't pay anything to see this show, but I feel like I paid a ticket. It's like an amusement park, like retard land. You go there and you do retarded shit. And you watch retarded shit like this fucking shit. Then it's CM Punk, John Cena, and Big E Langston in a little fucking promo in the back. And how cheesy is CM Punk now? This new babyface, ultra babyface gimmick they're giving, he was a heel. He's cutting some pretty badass promos. Now he's a face and he's just acting as nerdy as Cena. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I'll always be a fan of CM Punk. He's a good wrestler, good personality. He is a good talker. He's a good promo man. But lately, these fucking promos he's been cutting are just a fucking joke. And at the end of it, they're doing some fucking Power Ranger, Captain Planet, all hands all in, hey thing. Fuck this shit. Okay, they didn't do the hey part, but they put their hands all in. It was like Captain Planet. They used to do that shit. I don't know if that's some obscure reference or something that they're doing there, but holy fuck, it made it feel fucking cheesy. Punk hanging out with Cena and all this, and Big E, the retard of the group. Holy shit, all this together. And Cena was pretending to be Hulk Hogan for a minute. Oh, let me tell you something, Punker. And Big E is gonna bring the Langston. Sound like fucking Hulk Hogan. Like that was like the types of things he used to do. Giving people nicknames and talking at the top of his lungs. Cena, for the last time, and people have been telling you this for 7, 8 years. You ain't fucking Hulk Hogan. Stop it. You will never even have 2% of the charisma that Hulk Hogan has or had. Even TNA Hulk Hogan had 10 times more charisma, 100 times more charisma than you ever had or will have. Just accept it. You're not Hogan. And it's the Los Matadors defeating the Real Americans. And, not that there wasn't good moves in it. I guess it was a pretty decent match from, the wrestling perspective. But from a booking perspective and from a being adult perspective, this was fucking stupid. A little bull goring Cesaro in the balls. And then you've got just how the Los Matadors look with the fucking bandanas tied around their head. They look fucking stupid. Who made these fucking costumes? And why does a team come along that isn't even on TV half the time? They're on Superstars or Main Event or whatever. Not even on Raw or SmackDown. They're not even on the main show. They just come along and they beat Real Americans, who've been on the last 2 pay-per-views and, wrestle pretty much every single night. And they're way better than the Matadors. There was Primo and Epico. I'm not calling them Matadors. Fuck that shit. It's Primo and Epico wearing goofy fucking masks with a little retarded fucking bull. Why the hell do they treat Cesaro like this? It's quite obvious he's over with the crowd. Swagger is over with the crowd. When they do the We the People thing, everybody fucking does it with them. And you know what? Oh, and also I like Zeb Coulter's promo prior to this, where he said Santa was an illegal immigrant, and funny shit. It's funny that they're supposed to be heels, but they're gonna have no choice but to turn them baby faces eventually because the crowd's just too behind them. And this was just the thing with the bull. Just was so retarded. That little midget. Fuck out of here. Then it's Ryback defeating Kofi Kingston. Short, dumb, and I think Kingston's going to get released eventually. Seriously. They've done this in the past where they've tried to take a wrestler that's obviously boring and try to make them more exciting or more aggressive. And they just end up getting rid of them at the end. Even if they deserved or were talented and they weren't really... He's not over with the crowd anymore. People liked him at one time, but now they've completely abandoned hope in him. And most of that's WWE's fault. Is the guy talented? Yeah, he's done some pretty exciting things like in the Money in the Bank matches and shit. But the guy just has no personality, and beyond doing a couple of different stunts and shit, actually, he's just like a good stuntman, knows how to do a couple of good athletic things. But really, overall, he's not really like an awesome wrestler like a lot of people make him out to be. And the notion that he could be world champion in the future, if people are still saying this, and they are, they're dumbasses. Kofi Kingston will never be a champion. Doesn't have the charisma and isn't even a good wrestler. Like, they gave it to Benoit because he was a good wrestler. Did he have any personality? Fuck no, he didn't. But he was a great wrestler, so they gave him the belt. Alright, enough about murderers for a minute. Let's get back to this shit. Wade Barrett. So Wade Barrett throughout the night was ringing a bell all over, Austin. And he was ringing the bell and collecting money, doing the charity shit for Christmas. Then they do the Bad News Barrett segment. And Barrett says that all the money that he made, he's going to take home. And, they tricked everybody. Somehow he's allowed to get away with this. This would be like the same thing if a wrestler came on TV and said, I just robbed a bank. It's stupid and childish. It's like something a kid would say, oh, I'm going to take all this money and keep it for myself. It's just, he's an adult. He's going to get in trouble for that. I'm looking at this as an adult. I know it's fake, it's wrestling, but like I said, when I compare in the past, when I watch movies and shit, someone in a show commits charity fraud, they're going to probably be in trouble with the law. And this just cut to the next match or segment. I mean, come on. I'll let the motherfucker get in trouble or some shit, and there you go. He gets away with it. And it's not even funny. It's just stupid. Like, who the fuck came up with this? The whole, not just the segment, but the Bad News Barrett thing. I guess it has potential. It could be a funny little segment if they, if they came up with good material, but it's not good material. It's just dumb. All right, and then, you've got the main event. It's Big E, Langston, Cena, and CM Punk, and they defeat the Shield by disqualification. And the way how they first of all, this whole match was just boring, shitty, dumb. This whole team of Punk and everybody and Cena's now involved with the Shield again. Like, why is Cena facing the Shield? He's just in the biggest match in WWE history. And now he's back to facing the Shield with these super teams. They were doing that at the beginning of the year. Remember the super team shit against the Shield? Who could beat the Shield? Of course, they lost in such an unglorious fashion eventually that shit just looked pointless. But that's a story that belongs in last year. So this match ends in a DQ. Fucking DQ. And I'll tell you this. What a shitty fucking DQ it was. They break up a pin and they get disqualified. I mean, come on. It's not even like they did a ref bump or anything like that or used a weapon. It's just break up a pin. Oh, man. You're allowed to break up pins in a fucking match and this is cause for disqualification. Fuck out of here. Just the fact that it ends in such a dumb, retarded fashion. Let me tell you something about this fucking show. I'm going to look and actually try to pick out the little gold in this shit. It's very unpleasant, but I'm going to try. Okay, so, the best match was the six-man tag, if I had to be positive around Christmas. The six-man tag was awesome. Loved it. But everything else was pretty fucking plain. Ziggler's bump was okay. The Real Americans match wasn't bad, but the results sucked. So really, everything else was fucking garbage. And you had to sit through Santa matches. Fuck. Dumb. Shitty. Retarded ass matches and results that made me want to fucking cry. Made me want to commit fucking suicide on fucking Christmas. That's how depressing it is. I wonder if anybody, any sick, depressive wrestling fans out there, they probably did already. Thanks a lot, WWE. Happy holidays. You made people kill themselves. Fucking bullshit here. Fucking bullshit fucking show with Santas wrestling each other. For for Yule time supremacy. He wants Yule time supremacy. There's your Yule time supremacy. This show fucking sucked. Alright. Fucking garbage ass show. And, you know, we've come to expect this with the last couple of years with these Raw Christmases. Alright.